I wasn't originally planning on making this video, but halfway through my trip I sat in the seat and just was amazed by how weird the seat is. But let me explain why. I'm going to first talk about where it is. If you watch this, you'll see that it's in 28D, our normal seat, in the middle of the aircraft. Right now, nothing seems unusual. In front of me was a crew seat, which gave me a ton of leg room and was kind of nice because it actually doubled my leg room for a normal economy class seat. The reason I suspect this was there was because they were trying to move the seats that the crew would normally sit in from the galley to give more seat space. If they reduce the size of the galley, they could add maybe 3 more rows of seats, and then they could get more revenue per flight. That's just my hypothesis. Please comment down below to what you think these seats are there. This is why this seat is really weird. I'll give you a couple of seconds to think about what is inside the seatbelt. There's an airbag inside. Now the reason I suspect there's an airbag inside is because since there's a crew seat in front of me and no seat in front of me, when they have an emergency landing there needs to be an airbag in the seatbelt to make sure that the passenger sitting in the seat doesn't get hurt. Leave your comment down below to why you think this is necessary for the seatbelt to have an airbag inside. Now this part isn't all that weird. There's an tray table in the armrest on the left hand side, and that's not all too unnormal. I just wanted to point that out just because it is an economy class seat and that's a little bit unusual, just not the craziest thing on board this aircraft. But there's just one more thing. What is the one thing most modern airplanes have been equipped with? A tray table? Yes. An IFE monitor? Yes. Wi-Fi? Almost always. But this plane had no Wi-Fi. It had Wi-Fi. I think that's some new type of Wi-Fi that just hasn't made its way around to the States yet, but if you know about it, please comment down below. I'm really interested. This last photo is just for emphasis on how uncomfortable the seat was, even though I had the extra legroom and the weird airbag. The seat was very uncomfortable. There was absolutely no cushioning in the seat. It was really slim pickings for any sort of comfort. But this is why my TRR score is going to be a little bit unforgiving in the comfort category. But now for the TRR score. The cabin gets a 3 for the layout and a 4 for cleanliness, giving it a 7 out of 10 for the cabin. The seat gets a 3 out of 5 for comfort, only because the seat itself was not comfortable, and then the legroom kind of gave it back. Cleanliness was a 4, and the entertainment was a 2 because there was no IFE monitor, and the seat comes to a 9 out of 15. Bathroom space gets a 3 out of 5, and cleanliness gets a 4 out of 5, bringing the bathroom to a 7 out of 10. Service gets a 3 out of 5, and the food and drink gets a 4 out of 5 because they actually brought a meal. Even though the flight was around 3 hours, they didn't bring a full lunch meal, and they get a 4 out of 5, and that brings the total to 7 out of 10. The overall crew get a 3 out of 5, bringing the total score for Vietnam Airlines A321 seat 28D to a 33 out of 50, making it the new best economy class seat that is in my TRR score.